Happy holidays, all of you, my lovely, lovely fans. Today is Christmas Day, and if you celebrate the holiday, Merry Christmas from me to you. If you don't, I hope that you're having an awesome day anyways, full of love and family and happy times. And today's video, I would like to talk about the trap that we fall into. And today's a perfect day for that because it is one of the biggest days for many people to indulge in things that they may not want to eat. So let's talk about the trap. The trap to me is all of the justifications that we play through our head in order to justify eating things that we know we shouldn't. Now, these things are very tempting and they bring up a lot of childhood memories. Maybe you're in a social situation and everybody's eating it and you want to fit in and all of that stuff. It's really, really hard to maneuver. But when you're eating a really, really healthy lifestyle and you're vegan or raw vegan or whatever, you are on track to doing good for your body. And you know that, you feel it, and you want to stay on track. The trap is when we come up with these justifications that justify eating the things that you are trying to avoid. If you can avoid them every other day, why not on Christmas Day? Why not on your birthday? Why not at a summer barbecue or a friend's celebration or whatever, like game night? There are so many different days in the entire year, not just Christmas, where we are faced with this. So Christmas Day is no different. We should be focused more on the atmosphere and the friends and family that we're hanging out with. Maybe the decorations make you feel warm and fuzzy. You don't need things like eggnog or turkey dinner, for example. We can eat vegan versions or raw vegan versions of all of our favorite foods without hurting ourselves. So we want, not necessarily hurting ourselves, but we know that they are not serving us. These foods are not serving us, and for some people it is hurting themselves. They get weird symptoms after eating certain foods and they are trying to avoid them, and the peer pressure is there. So there are some excuses that I really liked to use in the past, and again, I don't like using the word excuses. I prefer to use the word justification because that's what it is. It's a justification to eat the foods that are around us. And one of my favorite ones that I used to use all the time is just this once. Just this once, I'll have this. It never is just this once. When you deal with food addictions, it's never just this once. It's always just this once for today only, and then tomorrow is another just this once. So Monday would be, say, your boss takes you out for lunch and you end up eating something that you might not have wanted. And then Tuesday, someone brings donuts into work and you have half a donut or whatever because you never have donuts, right? Wednesday night, the kids are out doing soccer and hockey or dance and all of this kind of stuff. So you're running around and you need to pick up something quick on the way home. So you justify it by saying, oh, just this once, I'll eat whatever. Thursday night, say you have your mother or father over for dinner and they bring some stuff and they convince you to eat that as well because maybe you rarely have them over for dinner or whatever, and they made something special for you and you feel obligated to eat it. So you're like, just this once. And then the next day, say it's Friday, maybe it's date night and you're like, oh, it's rare that I have a date night, or you're going on a date, or you're just with yourself and you're relaxing after a hard day of work. You're like, I deserve this. So you eat, again, something that you may not normally. And then Saturday might be your cheat day or whatever, so you cheat on whatever. Sunday night, maybe you want to have a glass of wine to wind down, and that ends up being wine and cheese or wine and crackers and meat and all kinds of stuff on a Sunday night because you got to go to work again tomorrow and who knows what the week is going to bring. So inevitably it always ends up being something every day. So if you say no to things more often, it gets a lot easier with time. The more you say no, the easier it is. And I did a video about this the other day about saying no and peer pressure. So really, you're training those around you to know that you're just gonna say no, no matter what, and then ask for things that you want instead. Another justification that I really like to use was, well, it's too late now. I already spent good money on this. I already bought it. I already opened the bag and now I gotta eat the rest. Or I already made it, now I should eat it all. I don't want to waste the food, so I'm going to eat this entire plate. There's all of these justifications under the umbrella of it's too late now. I just started eating this and I should eat it. These reasons are, again, just justifications, and you are more than welcome to throw away the bag of chips that you just bought. And I know that's wasteful and we shouldn't be doing it, but with time, you'll learn that if you buy the bag of chips, you're going to end up throwing it out, and you don't want to spend the money on that, so don't do it. Or if you make a big meal and you take a couple bites and you're like, I shouldn't be eating this, I know what it's going to do to me, I know how I'm going to feel, then throwing it away sometimes might be the better option, or give it to somebody who needs it, maybe the less fortunate, especially if you buy a bag of chips or something. Like, I used to buy 3 or 4 bags of chips at a time, and I would hide them in the closet for later. But when I would be eating a bag, I would be like, I shouldn't be eating this. I could have taken those 3 bags that I bought and given them to the food bank or something like that, just so that they had something. I consider those foods to be survival foods. Not ideal at all. I don't think that we should be eating junk food or anything like that, but that is a justification that we like to make. We like to say it's too late, so we end up eating everything, or we end up eating the entire bag just because we spent money on it or whatever. So take the time to train yourself to relearn that you should be spending your money on good foods that you're not going to throw out. So make sure that you don't use that one because it can be a dangerous one. What about, I'll get back to my healthy lifestyle tomorrow? That's another one that I used to use a lot. I would always be waiting for the next day, or starting tomorrow, or starting Monday, or next week, or January 1st, or whatever. All of these are putting it off to another time. So that justifies you being comfortable eating whatever you're eating today, and then tomorrow you'll do it. But tomorrow never comes. I mean, it does sometimes, but then it doesn't stick. Tomorrow never sticks, because we always tend to fall back into, you know, the other justifications that we use to keep eating the things that we know we shouldn't. So by switching the mindset and changing from I'll start my new diet tomorrow, which may never come, try to tell yourself I'm going to eat that food tomorrow or another day or another time. Because if you put it off into the future, it's a lot more easy to just eat raw or vegan for today and worry about that another day, which will never come. Because if you use the word another day, there's no set time, there's no expectation that you will. Just say, I'll have it another time, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then every single day that you say that, eventually you'll never have it, and then you'll stop craving it, hopefully. But yeah, that's another one that I try to avoid. Last meal, that's a big one too. I'll have it this one last time. And that's cool if you are actually going to transition over to your new lifestyle. But a lot of people, including me, used this as a continuation of constantly doing last meals. If it's your last meal, then it's your last meal. If you want to have it again in 2 days, you'll think, well, the last one I told myself was the last time, so that has to be the last time. And you can fondly remember the flavors, but let it stop there. Move on to something healthier, and don't think about having your last meal. Sometimes we are so focused on having a last meal just so that we can enjoy it one more time, but in a couple of days, when you feel like having it again, there's going to be a conflict because you already said that that was going to be the last meal. So imagining eating it sometimes helps, or helped me in the beginning. I would imagine eating the foods that I loved, and the more detailed I got with it, the easier it was to deal with the cravings. And that's just for me personally. Like, I would imagine the textures, the smells, the way it felt, like chewing it in my mind would really help ease the cravings, because I would be giving my brain what it wanted and not continuing with that. So I gained all of my weight having my last meal. I would constantly be having a last meal, and that was causing me to gain weight. So it wasn't even, it was just a justification, an illusion that I created to make it okay to eat those things. Because I suffer from food addictions, one of the ones that's really hard that I have to make sure that I stay on top of is that I feel great. I can cheat on a little tiny bit here and there. I've never fallen off my raw diet or had like a cheat or anything like that, but I know for a fact that if I give in to that, I may not feel crappy the first time. Like if I have a little sweet potato with my salad, it's not the end of the world, but I know for myself, Chai's decided to join in. Hi, Chai. I know for myself that if I allow that one sweet potato one day, then the next day is going to be 2 sweet potatoes because I didn't feel so bad. I didn't feel so horrible eating whatever. It's the accumulation. Chai. It's the accumulation of those potatoes, and the fact that I would be increasing my potato consumption and decreasing my greens and salad consumption. So eventually one day all I would make would be a giant plate of potatoes, probably covered in olive oil or coconut oil and nutritional yeast, because that's how I liked to make them, and it would be really hard for me to eat just plain boiled potatoes or even just plain rice and vegetables. I would always be wanting it to come with fats, and I know that about myself, so that's why I completely avoid it. Even though I'm feeling great, why not continue to feel great? Why not keep this up and keep going? It's not worth it for me to indulge in whatever, because I can indulge in raw foods. So despite all of those justifications, there's no need to go back on your healthy lifestyle. You want to stay true, practice that self-love, and don't cheat yourself. You want to make sure that you hold on to what you're doing and your little journey. And it really, when the holidays are over, or when that barbecue is over, or the birthdays are over, you're going to feel so much better after, because you stayed true and you're more ahead of the game than if you would have indulged in like birthday cake or too much eggnog. Maybe you got a little bit too much to drink over a Christmas party, and you just don't feel so great the next day. We want to avoid that, and to avoid that, we just have to say no and stay strong. Make sure that you use your power poses, stand strong, call yourself, I am a raw vegan, or I am a vegan, and I will make these positive choices. I don't eat processed food. I don't eat animal products. I don't eat gluten, or whatever that it is that you want to stay true to. Make sure that you tell yourself that before the party, before the get-together, before going to a restaurant or whatever, just to put your mindset in that positive focus. And focus on the things that you can have and the things that you're going to enjoy so much, like the little peelable Christmas oranges or raw vegan banana eggnog. You can find recipes for some great holiday raw vegan dishes and drinks in my winter raw food romance book. You can get the link to all of my ebooks right here. You can also find print versions of these books on Amazon. I just head over there and type in the title. You should be able to find them. I hope this video helped, or gave you some motivation or whatever, and I'm wishing you all again a beautiful, happy, wonderful, colorful, warm, and loving holiday season. From me to you, I love you so much, and thank you for everybody for following me. I appreciate all of you, all your comments, all your likes and shares and positivity towards me. I am so grateful that I have this platform to share and inspire, motivate you guys to just be better than you were yesterday. So if you like this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel to get notifications for more. You can click the little bell and it'll send notifications directly to you as soon as I post a new video. You can find me on Instagram at Raw Food Romance, on Facebook, Lissa's Raw Food Romance, and over on Snapchat, I am Lissa Raw Vegan. So again, happy holiday, you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day today with your family, and all is good with the world. Until the next video, love you all, and fruit on.